In this video, I'll show you how to buy shares or ETFs using the CMC phone app. I've made previous videos on this topic before on how you can do it using the desktop web platform. This video will be about how to use it on the phone app. I'll actually go through the process myself as I myself buy some shares with you today. And I'll also show you how to do it in a way to save money on brokerage. You'll actually not pay any money on brokerage if you follow these key steps. So let's get into it. So the first step is to download the app, log in. I'll assume you've already set up your account. Once you log into CMC, the first page you'll see is this one where it'll say welcome back and your name. It'll have your total holdings, cash and portfolio. Your total holdings is how much money you have invested in the share market. Cash is how much money you have sitting on the side. And your total portfolio is basically the combination of the two. If it's your first time using the app, I imagine this will be 000. So your first step will be to actually add funds into your trading account. So CMC actually needs funds transferred to it. It's actually an ANZ account, but you can click add funds and it will show you this is the BSB and account number that you need to transfer money into. So set up a transfer from your normal bank account into there, however much you want to. One thing I will note is it does take a business day to get the money across. So hopefully you've done it. If not, maybe come back one business day on, but you can keep watching the video or keep adding value into your life, don't you worry. But once you've transferred money into there, it will then appear. So I've currently got about $500 sitting in there. That's how much I'm going to use to buy some shares on the share market. So what am I going to buy? Well, I've decided I'm going to buy AFI. So the first thing you do is you can go to the top right where it's got the little magnifying glass and you can type in whatever code you want. So I'm going to type in AFI, but if you want to buy an ETF like A200 or VAS, you can do that. After you've typed it in, you've hit search, you'll get a bit of a summary. So I've got AFI, the price history, it's going down recently, a little bit more on market data, depth, course of sales, bits of information. Actually, if you scroll right to the bottom, you'll see some stuff about announcements, which is quite handy to know about. If that's something you want to read to get up to speed on what the company or the ETF is doing. Once you've clicked buy, if you already hold some shares there, it will say what the available units are on the top. But in this case, I've got AFI here, and now I need to give them 3 key pieces of information. I need to tell them the price, I need to tell them the quantity, and I need to tell them how long I want the buy order to stay in the system. So in terms of price, what I typically do is I pick the bid price, which is the highest price that the rest of the market is willing to pay for this actual share. So I'm going to pick the bid price. Once I click on that, it will pre-fill it in the instructions bit where it says limit at market conditional. I'll make sure it's clicked on limit because that's saying I won't pay any more than this price, 6.88 in this case. Then I usually jump across into value at the top and I will actually say how much money I want to spend on this. So I know how much I have. I'll say, I think it's about $512 I've got sitting in there, and it will automatically calculate the quantity that I need to purchase or the quantity of shares I need to purchase with that price to hit that total value of spend that I want to do. So I'm doing it in this way where I'm saying I want to use the money I have in my trading account to buy some shares in AFI. I'm happy to pay the bid price for it. There's not much else to say really. Then I go to the expiry section. I usually say day only. So that's not a default thing. I have to click it. GTC says good till cancelled. Date is where you say some date in the future. I prefer to say day only because I like the order to go in. And then if it doesn't get filled, if no one else is willing to sell me the shares at that price, I'm happy for the order to get cancelled. I'm not fussed about that. So that's something I'm very keen to do, and that's what I will usually do there. Once I then scroll down, I can see at the bottom it says brokerage 0, total cost $509.12. And that's this situation where you don't have to pay for brokerage if it's the first purchase you make under $1,000 in a day. So your first buy order, $1,000 or less, will be free from CMC. And that's what I'm trying to take advantage of. If I made a subsequent purchase today, even if it was for another $500, it would cost me brokerage. So that's where you don't have to pay for brokerage on your first buy order for $1,000 or less. If I had more money, I'd spend more money. If I had more money, I'd go and try and top it right up to the $1,000. But I've only got $500 to invest today, so that's what I'm going to put in. So once I've hit the place order, I've now got this little confirmation page. I'll hit place by order, type in my PIN, don't look. And then I'll get this confirm your order has been placed. So once you've got it confirmed, you'll get a couple of emails. One that will say your order has been accepted and then your order has been placed in the system. If you want to, for whatever reason, if you suddenly want to cancel this order, what you do is you go to the bottom, you go back to the portfolio section, or at least the home page. You go to the little more section on the bottom right. Then you go to not messages, you go to orders, and in orders, you will see open and your order sitting in there. And then if you want to, you can click cancel and get out. But sometimes the share market is, well, a lot of the time the share market is incredibly fast at matching your order and executing your trade. So in the time it takes you to put the order in and then realize you don't want to put the order in, you have to quickly cancel it. It might have already gone through. At that point, it is unfortunately too late. That transaction has occurred. But if it hasn't gone through, you can quickly go in here and click cancel or amend, adjust your price, do whatever you want in that sense. So there you go. At this point, there's not much else for you to do. You can basically go about your day. The order will be in the system. They'll try and find a match, make the transaction, and then you'll get two emails. One that will say your order has been filled, meaning it's been completed, and then an actual confirmation email from CMC saying, here are the key details about how much was paid and the quantity. It usually matches, but it's just worth doing a quick check compared to what you initially put in. And that's really it. If you want to check out a video on how to sell the shares now that you've bought them, hopefully you don't want to sell them immediately, but if you do, there's a video on that. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.